My presentation will be on Desert Communities United. A group like DCU is actually it's a mutual aid. It's not nonprofit, and what that means is that first off, legally, contributions to DCU are not tax deductible. They don't have a 503 tax code. That's what it means legally. What it means fundamentally is that instead of making decisions top down, they make decisions egalitarianly, much like the organization that we read about in one of the articles that was based in Atlanta. This type of organization, or organizations like Desert Communities United, is about every individual member, no matter if they are the co-founders, no matter if they are the treasurer, no matter if they're a new member. If you're present at the meetings, you get decision-making power. It's also different from a nonprofit because it's inherently local. Doing mutual aid is about community members helping out community members in what ways they can. It means helping out with distribution of funds, it helps out in distribution of goods, and it helps out in distribution of who has time to do what. And in that, it means that recipients can also be contributing members. There is no idea in the mutual aid where it has to be mutually exclusive that if you're a recipient, you cannot be a member, and if you are a member, you cannot be a recipient. It invites collaboration. Their main service is running a weekly distribution drive, so things that are food, water, hygiene products such as shaving cream, toilet paper, shampoo, conditioner, things of the like, and personal protective equipment, things like masks and disinfectant and hand sanitizer. It's also they're also working on creating a community fridge. They're looking for a business partner currently in the area who will allow them to connect a fridge in which unhoused individuals can use that fridge to refrigerate their goods, things that individuals who are housed residents of the community wouldn't have to worry about. How am I going to keep my food cold? How am I going to keep my food, or this frozen food, still this perishable food good for longer? Things that individuals with houses don't have to think about, that DCU is trying to help unhoused individuals combat. Thirdly, finding a sustainable water source for the unhoused. During COVID-19, a lot of community water fountains in local stores or in gas stations have been unavailable, and DCU anticipates a great need in really the need for constant water during the hot summers in Joshua Tree and in other desert locations. They're trying to find a sustainable water source that they can, have throughout the summer, throughout COVID-19 and beyond for these individuals who are unhoused. Also, they conduct business partnered fundraisers, different things like they raffled off a tarot card reading via Instagram and I think it was maybe $5 a ticket, and they were able to raise a substantial amount of money that way to fund the weekly food distribution project. And they're also looking to expand into working with individuals one-on-one to provide their needs. Additional activities, so horizontal collective work, what that means, it's an overarching umbrella term, but with different organizations, they will do different things. They will talk about different projects, and so they partner with a few, and these are not all, but East Coachella no se vende, which is their neighbor to the south. In Joshua Tree, East Coachella is to the south of them, and they're working to, trying to end gentrification or use the tourism to the advantage of residents and residents in need. With the High Desert Mutual Aid Society, they're currently in talks about doing a combined fundraising event in order to create funding for each of their efforts individually, pooling their resources, money, time, and abilities together, which is the heart of mutual aid, in order to distribute the funding to the most vulnerable in each of their communities. And they're also looking to grow into a more consumer or a more service user-led organization. As it stands right now, all of their members are housed individuals, but they're looking to expand and empower individuals who are unhoused to be representing themselves, advocating for themselves, speaking their needs, and being on the front line. Why did I choose to interview DCU? And really it comes down to the fact that they are a small organization. They're doing all these new things. They're looking for new ideas. They're welcoming the fresh faces. They're not a set in stone, rigid nonprofit where it's very difficult to see an exact change oftentimes when you're part of this massive conglomerate. So it's also really good because it empowers community members who might be dealing with isolation or a sense of I'm not really welcomed here in my community, or I don't really feel at home in Joshua Tree because everyone is so spread out. There's not a lot of like public areas where you can come together and help each other out. So I think that DCU does that with stride. It empowers individuals to see that they can go to their neighbors to fulfill their needs, and also to build a connection with individuals that they wouldn't necessarily build connections with. And I think that all of this put together is a reason why I wanted to interview DCU, because really mutual aid work and participating mutual aid work is fantastic for the human psyche. So this is the information sheet. This right here is their email. It's all together, no spaces, desertcommunitiesunited@gmail.com. And this is the number for one of the co-founders. It's on the Signal app. The cost to anyone, the food distribution is $0. As I said before, contributions invited, contributions not required, no strings attached. Thank you.